So today we are back onto the Apache course. We're going to do range 2 today. Now, this is very similar to the one we did yesterday. Or was it the day before? So we're starting out here at this fart. And this time we're actually going to have to enter in our waypoints manually. So we're going to get a little bit of practice with the TSD today. Alright, so this time we will actually need the kneeboard. You just use the bracket keys to go page forward, page backward. This will give me all the information that I need. And this will give you step-by-step instructions on how to do it. Don't worry, we're going to walk through it together. Same with this. This just tells you how to... It tells you how to do it like direct to whatever point. We're actually just going to do it all as one big flight plane instead of going through direct to point. Going the door because it gets really, really loud in here. George, shut your shit. You. Our primary, because we're going to bore side our eye heads. What this does is it lets the helicopter know where this monocle is in three-dimensional space. What's really cool about this, like if you're flying this in VR, that monocle will only show up on one of the eyes. I mean, it still looks like it does here because the way binocular vision works. So, I don't know, it's just kind of neat. We're gonna go to TSD. Let's do this real quick. Really not necessary for this range, because again, we're not flying with any weapons. I think we start doing weapons on range 4. We are 5 degrees nose up on the ground. Put that to about right there. Now, down here we have route and point. So, as of now, we don't have any points thrown in. There's just some targets, things like that. We're looking for like W01. Now, these are the different types of waypoints. We're not going to be doing anything with any of that. It's all just going to be defaulted to WP. It'll give it a default name of W01. W's or so. Even though it says WP over here on the kneeboard, it's only going to say W and the 2-digit numbers. When you're creating your routes, you can just, it's all done in three digits, 3 spaces, because it's not all numerical. You can have letters. I'm going to add, click on ident. Ident is WP, which is waypoint. If we wanted to go to do something else, like a landing zone or something like that, we would type in one of these. We're not worried about that. WP. Right in, we're just going to hit enter. And just hitting enter, that just leaves it whatever the default information is. So if we want to name it something, we could put that in free text. We don't need to do that. Now, the default information populated in the UTM latitude longitude, that is where you are presently at. So we can clear that out. We're going to 37 Tango, which is our map sheet. Delta Kilo, which is our grid zone designator. And that just tells you what, if you had like some paper maps, that just tells you which one you're going to be holding. And 2889. 7114. Altitude, the default is whatever terrain elevation it has at that point. So you can change it to something else. And helicopters, there's really not going to be any need to do that because you're generally going for stuff that's already on the ground. And we're just going to go through the whole list doing the same thing. Here. 7 Tango Delta Kilo 604 816 5 Wait. Here 37 Tango a Kilo 3787 704 enter add 37 Tango Well, 37 Tango Delta Kilo 4 6 0 1 0 5 5. Oh, what did we mess up? 7 Tango Delta Kilo 4 6 0 7 0. Oh, I know I did. That's supposed to be blank. Duh. Kilo 6 0 1 0. Excuse me. Okay. Seven Tango Delta Kilo 3 2 6 7 9. Why do I keep doing that? Sorry, I keep wanting to get ahead of myself. There we go. Alright, so now we've got that route in. So our next step is I don't want to be going direct to every single point on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to route, add, point. We're just going to go through those points that we just made. Whiskey 01, enter, Now click on end. Just gonna keep on going through that. Now add is already highlighted. So all I gotta do is click on point. 2. End. E03. Enter. End. E04. Enter. End. Now the end button disappeared, so you can see these up and down arrows that lets you scroll up and down. So you just scroll up until you see that end again. And we'll do the last point. Now, as you can see here on the map, it's given us all those points. I can actually click on route. Don't need that anymore. And I can zoom out, or zoom in, zoom out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5 is basically right here where we're at. Oh yeah, if you scroll too far into where it doesn't have a map sheet anymore, that's what it does. It just goes blank. $25 should be plenty for us. Now we can go ahead and start getting our engine started. If it's a 12, you can nudge that throttle forward. That'll get it going. As that starts to settle down, start up engine number 2. Then bring my I-hats back. Now that those have kind of settled in, we start advancing the throttle. Nice and slow. And we kill the APU. Alright. Now this time I've turned on my controls indicator so y'all can see what I'm doing. Always like to go to my performance page so I can see what I need to be. 56. Looks like we don't have a whole heck of a lot of fuel with us today. Oh yeah. We're running pretty bare bones. All nice and stable. Alright, let's be off. Get some gas. Now as we pick up speed, we can kind of give it a little bit more right rudder. it out of a position symbology. And I kind of set my force trim there. Skim this roof. Bring that torque up to 100 just so it gets moving. Now keep in mind that 100% torque does not mean throwing your your throttle lever on the OTAS, which will be your collective. Doesn't mean throwing it all the way forward. Because what that percentage is, it's a measure of the efficiency of the rotor. So you can actually go higher than 100%. That's going to cause some damage over time. The helicopter doesn't like it. Alright, so we know we put our first point in correctly, because here it is right here. It's automatically switched over to waypoint 2. Easy there. We go kind of above these little power lines, or the oil little drills. There we go. We can see our pylon up ahead. So it looks like we're pretty much spot on for waypoint 2. turn coordinated. About 8.7 kilometers away. Now, with most aircraft, they're going to use nautical miles as their distance. With the Apache, kilometers is the default setup. And really, that's just because you are working so much with ground forces. I mean, it's an Army aircraft. It's not an Air Force one. And it's like that for a reason. You're keeping up with the tanks and Bradleys, and you're working to support them. Generally, you're already going to have air superiority by the time helicopters are flying around because you're supporting a ground advance. So you're working with organizations that are tracking things in kilometers. That's right, Europeans. I said kilometers. We use metric in the US. It's not for commerce and cooking. There's our pylon. We're spot on again. Think about flying Apaches, you really are basically like a drummer over here, using both your hands and your feet at the same time. So having a good HOTAS setup, if you're going to do it in a flight sim, a good HOTAS setup is really important. Really learning how to love that trim. It's like right now I can take my hand off without too many issues. I still am having to keep my feet on Because it'll have a tendency to kind of like shift a little bit left to right. Well, I don't need to be this low, but right. Well, it shouldn't be this low because there's a power line coming up. Look, there's our pylon. Is 8.4, so the last one should be getting back to base. Yeah, I'm getting some altitude so I can get above these trees. Alright, we're only about 7 kilometers away, so start reeling in the speed a bit. So now I'm gonna hit my force trim reset. Really should remember to push my stick forward at the same time as doing that. Go ahead and bring up my transition symbology. Landing helicopters is a lot harder than landing fixed wing, that's for sure. You have to decide what kind of landing you're going to do. If you're going to do a rolling landing, I do like a 5-foot hover landing, which is what I normally do. Oh. Guess I'll get to that 54%. Up. Back just a little bit. Yeah, that's all there is to it. So we set up our waypoints. We navigated the entire course. That's it for this range. So I will probably go ahead and kill it here. I think I've got another actual stream going on with multiplayer later on tonight if my group shows up in time. You know, just wanted to kind of play around with this, the Apache course. Again, the link to it's going to be in the description of this video. I'm going to post it on YouTube. All you got to do is just go to www.digitalcombatsimulator.com. Just look up AH-64 course, or range course. It'll show up for you, and it's really neat. But like I mentioned in the last video, all the helicopters, they start out already going. Personally, I like starting from cold and dark. There's not really like a logical reason behind it. It's just a matter of personal preference. I definitely recommend giving it a shot. So let's see, what do we got coming up on the next video? Ooh, landing and hovering. This one's going to be fun. That's going to be like the obstacle course. But I will see you guys next time.